Well, if you forgot your phone at home today, and that is the worst feeling in the world, you're going to be pulling your hair out by lunchtime because the average person can only go 5 hours and 11 minutes without their phone before they start to really lose their minds.
Well, it's an emergency. We have set ourselves up as a society today that if you do not have your phone, it's an emergency, which is ironic because originally phones were to be used in a lot of times in an emergency.
An emergency,
But
yes.
now it's so common that if you miss a call from work, you could miss an important meeting, a call. Everything you depend on to live now is on your phone. So we have even more stuff to expose ourselves with that if something happens, we're in big trouble.
Well, and
Plus-
our attention span has gone straight down the tubes. So even if it's not an emergency, you're like, oh, I'm not being entertained for 5 whole seconds. What am I supposed to do? You know?
Yeah, well, the communication, though, is because most people don't call anymore.
No.
Calling and actually talking to somebody on the phone is way down
Ugh, gives me
from what it
anxiety.
was a decade ago.
Yeah.
And most of it is text, some kind of either direct messaging or texting for communication, even through work.
What were you going to say, Jared?
No, I was going to say, yeah, TikTok's on your phone. But
Yeah.
I've definitely gone somewhere and I better leave now. And I'm on my way there, halfway there. I'm like, I don't have my phone.
Yeah.
And I weigh okay, I'll just be late. I need to go get my phone. I can't be at this place without my phone. That's bad. But I mean, we're all addicted.
We're all addicted. And 5 hours and 11 minutes, that is very sad. That we can't go 5 hours and 11 minutes without thinking, I need to check my phone, I need to check my email, I need to be connected, I need to talk to somebody. That's a very, very short amount of time.
Well, you're living also through your phone. Like everything you do,
Yes.
even when you possibly wake up, you might have an alarm on your phone. So
Right.
your standard of living has so much to do with your phone that when it's taken away, you have to literally adjust your life. I do remember when I left my phone on top of the car coming from Landon's baseball game once.
Oh, yeah.
The good news, if you have insurance, the insurance that I think is Assuron, which is so cool of them, I think, it used to be they would overnight your phone, a new one, the next day. Now, within the hour sometimes, they bring it to your house.
Oh, my
Yeah,
gosh.
right.
Within
That's
the
how
hour.
crazy we are.
Man.
I've had that happen. I've lost my phone probably 7 times in my life.
I think we've been with you
Yep.
on some trips. I think 3 of those
Probably.
times.
Well, I've lost my phone. I tend to misplace things a lot. But anyways, I remember
Completely sober, that's for sure.
the baseball game when I left it on top of the car and we're going around looking for the phone in the woods and can't find it, or it's crushed or whatever. That time it was basically, okay, we'll meet. I had to say, oh, no, don't get there yet. I'm an hour away to meet you.
Oh,
and they
it was
shot
that
somebody over
fast.
right to the house. Yep.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Well, there's a comedian. He's in the UK. His name is Dom Jolie. And he actually documented what it was like to just go about his life without his phone or without a television, any sort of connection to the outside world. As he's documenting it, he's coming up with all sorts of problems and stumbling blocks.
I've got to do a shop. Normally I've go through my emails, which I can't do. Oh, there's just lots of stuff, actually. Right, this is going to be harder than I thought. Okay, that was my first proper problem. I normally just pay for stuff using my phone. So I haven't got a card, haven't got cash, couldn't do the shopping. So I have, without going into too much detail, a bill to pay, and I can't. I haven't got my mobile, so I can't ring up to pay it. And I don't have a landline anymore. That is a massive problem.
Yeah, some of those things he was talking about, I didn't even think about, that we would have to go somewhere to pay the bill that I would have had to have received via paper through the mail and have cash to pay
Unless
it.
you had a computer.
This is like this is technology. Your
Yeah.
TV,
But if you're
your
you can't be
phone.
running around like at a store with a
Yeah.
laptop.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me pay. Do you have a connect? What's your Wi-Fi password?
Yeah,
I
imagine.
don't know. It's on my phone.
No, you don't have to run through the store with it, though, but you can pay your utility bill on a computer.
But I think he was saying, Katie, when you're saying that, he was saying just not being connected to any technology.
Yes, he was not connected to technology.
Well, yeah. Well, I know that Ed Sheeran went a long time. He still might be a long time without a phone.
Really?
It's very hard to reach him.
I admire that.
Yeah.
I do.
For a long time, at least a year or two. He might still be without a phone.
He's got a kid now, though, so that's going to change. I think he's going to have to be accessible at some point.
Sure.
Well,
you know?
what's crazy is that we're connected more than ever.
Yeah.
Like, or at least we feel like we are, but I think we're less connected as actual human beings.
Yeah, because I don't want you
agree.
calling me, and I'm
No.
not calling you.
Yeah.
I don't want to actually hear your voice.
In fact, when I see a call and it's from like one of you guys or somebody actually know, I'm like, uh-oh, something must have happened.
Something's wrong.
There's a
Yes.
problem.
That's what I
Yeah.
think too. That's what I think.
And I love the fact I've done this too. And like, for example, if I'm texting Jason something, and then he texts me right back, and then I'm like, oh, this is going to be too much to explain. Let me just call him, and he doesn't answer. I'm like, I know you see it. You just
but
texted me.
But I could be doing something. I could be at the
I've done
gym.
that too, though, 1,000 times.
Yeah. Or I'll just be holding the phone in my hand, watching you call me, and then I hit decline. I'm like, no, thank you. I don't want to.
So not today.
Not today.
So there has been like a handful of times where I went out to like, run some errands, get some groceries, maybe, get some gas or something, and I forget my phone. And I'm like, wait, this is pretty nice.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
walk around, get groceries, maybe stop and get lunch, fill up my car with gas. I'm like, wow, another one's bothering me. I'm not worried about anything.
Yeah, but see, I start getting anxiety. Like, what am I missing? Uh-oh.
Me
what
too.
am I-
Yeah.
I went
Me
out
too.
one time, seriously. I went to get a prescription at CVS, and Carol was at the neighbors and with the kids, and I was going to stop by there, and literally I forgot my phone. It was a catastrophe. All the stuff came in. I needed to order pizza. I forgot to order pizza. I couldn't get the pizza. It was a disaster, and it caused a fight, all because I left my phone at home.
Left your phone at home. We're addicted. What can you say?
I found a list of some celebrities that claim they don't have their own cell phone, but part of me, all these people would have assistants that have a
Yes.
phone for
Yes.
them. Like Elton John says he doesn't have a cell phone. Somebody is constantly with him.
Of
that has a
course.
phone. Justin Bieber says the same thing.
Okay.
Tom Cruise, Shailene Woodley, Simon Cowell. These are not low-level celebrities. These are high-level celebrities that have assistants for their assistants.
Yeah, they're
Right,
the
that's
same ones.
exactly.
They say, "Oh, I'm not on social media," and then they're the ones who are paying people to run their social
Sure.
media.
Yeah.
yeah.